Thank you, Madam Deputy Speaker. I also wish to support the amendment. It is a fundamental tenet of democratic systems that the legislature should be separate from the executive. Our role as an elected chamber should be to make laws and to scrutinise how the government implements them. Our ability to do that depends upon having people who will speak out with independent mind and be prepared to criticise the government, even when they might be in the same party. Now, our select committee system is not perfect, but time and again, committee reports have held the government to account and even led to a change in policy. And to their credit, these reports have often been fronted by chairs who belong to the same party as the government. This process is built upon committees and their chairs being appointed by the Parliament by elected members rather than appointed by the government. Put bluntly, if someone owes their position to an appointment by the government of the day, they will be unlikely to be as forthright in their criticism of that government. Few people bite the hand that feeds them. The Leader's proposal will fundamentally change that relationship between Parliament and government. This has nothing to do with the individual concerned, but everything to do with how he is appointed. If this goes through and the committee is led by a government placeman, it effectively means it will be marking its own homework. Now, many parliaments have an executive, in mainland Europe commonly called a bureau, which can act when Parliament itself is in recess or otherwise unable to meet. We do not. And I do wonder whether our experience of the current emergency should lead us to conclude that we might have been better prepared if we had. Some will feel that the Liaison Committee might fulfil that role. But if anyone hopes that the committee might act as some sort of interlocutor between Parliament and government, then this proposal will fatally compromise that ambition. A body led by a government appointee who relies upon not distressing the government in order to keep that job cannot and will not speak up for a critical or inquisitive Parliament. Madam Deputy Speaker, earlier today we considered the government's proposals to abandon any facility for members to take part in parliamentary proceedings remotely during the current health emergency. Agreeing to that was a mistake we will come to regret. Preventing MPs from working from home will reduce, not enhance, their ability to scrutinise the government. It will effectively disbar and discriminate against those who are sick or vulnerable, and it will force others to choose between representing their constituents or putting their health and the health of others at risk. There is a pattern emerging here. It shows a government trying to mute criticism by procedural means, a government running scared of accountability, and it is not a good look. This proposal should be rejected and the Liaison Committee allowed to get to work and elect a chair from amongst its own members, all of whom have been elected by and are accountable to this chamber.